And the doctor of witchcraft is back. That's what Witchdoctor means. Doctor of witchcraft. That'll be me. That'll be me. Representing the Bantu. From the mountains of Kenya to the fields of the Cameroon, to the ocean of Angola, the savannah of Zimbabwe, Zambia, Mozambique, South Africa, and the oceans and beautiful seaside of Cape Town, where my ancestors come from, the Eastern Cape and the Western Cape, because they lived in Cape Town for some time. My grandfather was like a shipbuilder in Cape Town for some time. Yeah. That is Bantu territory. And their doctor of witchcraft has opened the courts. I don't know what I did with my I accidentally deleted, because I am technologically challenged. I accidentally deleted some kind of software on my Mac, and now sometimes my films go slow, like I'm gonna have to go to Apple and get them to sort that. Anyway, hey again, people, and I am so glad to be back. We're having a great snowstorm outside, and I had promised that I was definitely going to upload more than one video, and this is video number 2. Okay, the Doctor of Witchcraft, as I said, has opened the courts of the Bantu. Okay, and before I begin, I would like to thank mine own, the Bantu of Zimbabwe and the Bantu of South Africa, for choosing me as their torch bearer over those who are at home. It makes me feel so tickled, and for the compliments that you send me after the readings and after the consultations, it makes me feel so good. I'm not talking about those who always are asking for a free reading. I'm not talking about you. Can I please have a free reading? I'll pay you later. No, I'm not talking about you, because you know I will not do that, right? I'm talking about those who actually make appointments and who actually wait their turn and who actually bless me as I bless them. I want to thank you all for the love and support to mine own Zimbabwe and South Africa. Granted, more South Africa, because I get more South Africans, okay? I want to thank you, mine own, for trusting me and for choosing me over thousands who are on the ground, for actually paying all the way from South Africa to Canada for me to help you with your metaphysical, rather than just walking down the street to a witch doctor there. It really means a lot to me, and I want to thank you for choosing me and for loving on me and for being as supportive as you truly are. Okay, having said that, I am putting Jussie Smollett into the courts of the Bantu. We clearly avoided this story when it first blew up, because we saw the hand of Michelle Obama. We saw that she kind of helped, and I am going to put a disclaimer right here and now, okay? Metaphysical science has no scientific proof until 100 years from now, and then I'll be famous. Okay. In the meantime, okay, let us take everything I say as mere speculation without proof and for mere entertainment purposes only. I haven't said that in a while. It feels good to say it. Having said that, while all metaphysical scientists are indeed scientists, okay, we all don't serve the same God. We are run by our own consciences and by our own religious belief systems and by our own values, and some of us our cultural values as well. We are all run by that, and each one of us is completely independent of the other, and they can all do what they like and how they like. I just know that not all scientists are equal, and I'm not even talking about metaphysical scientists, and I'm talking about the physical scientists. They are not all equal in that there were scientists who experimented on black women while they were still alive in the Americas and in Africa. They tore out women's ovaries while the woman was alive and she was screaming in agony, and some of those women died. They got awards for it, and they were heralded as simply the best scientists they are. And then there were scientists like Marie Curie, who invented something that I can't remember right now. But she invented something that saves human lives to this day. That's what I mean when I say all scientists are not equal, right? So, since all scientists are not equal in the physical world, we are also not equal in the metaphysical. We are run by our consciences and our value systems, our internal value systems, and we make our own decisions. And this here metaphysical scientist respects each and every metaphysical scientist, no matter what. No matter if you are similar to the physical scientists who used black women as experiments in the 1900s, in the 1800s, 1700s, and early 1900s, or you're like Marie Curie, you actually want to work for the better of humanity. I respect all you all, no matter what. Of course, I know to stay away from those who are like, the ones who murdered black women. I know to stay away from your asses. But I respect all of you, and I never, ever, 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 ever want anyone to believe or think that I don't. I really, really do. Because this journey is a hard journey. It's a tough journey. And our experiences through it make us who we are. Like a voodoo priestess said, something that I always say. A voodoo priestess said, many are called, few are chosen. My name is Isabel. I am the chosen of the Bantu. Okay. And so, as the chosen, the torchbearer, the sacrifice, the doctor of witchcraft, my ancestors and I decided to stay away from the Jussie Smollett story because, like I said, we saw the hand of Michelle Obama. She is a family friend of Jussie's family. And she made a phone call or two, and everybody bowed down. But of course, she has been left out of this whole hoopla, and other heads have been sacrificed. My ancestors weren't going to touch that. They were not going to touch it, no matter what, because of the political connection. But the boys who felt some type of way about this situation and about that particular phone call would not let it rest, because they knew that phone call had been made. So they fought their way into pressing those charges again. And my ancestor said, well, the hand of the very, very important young lady who made the call has been removed. So now we can do Jussie. So these are the questions. People want to know. We all kind of, I truly believe, as I'm sitting here, I really believe we all have an idea. I truly believe that he made up that whole thing about the racist, beating him, because those two Nigerian brothers really popped up, and I don't know their names. I'm gonna have to look up their names, and I'm gonna have to see what they were about. But now I will just call Jussie Smollett, and then I hope I'm saying his name right. Let me check that out. Okay, I might as well do it now, right? Jussie Smollett. I went to the gym today after days, and not after days, after 2 years. Okay, Jussie Smollett and the Nigerian boys. Let me see if I can get their names too. After like 2 years of not going to the gym, my grandmother wasn't having it. My grandmother was like, you're going to the gym. I don't give a fuck if you are too tired or whatever, you're going to work out. So I get to the gym after 2 years, people, and grandma is like, you're going on the treadmill. And my thighs are like, must we accept this torture? Yeah, it was not easy. It wasn't easy at all. It was like, I'm looking for their names. I was huffing and puffing, got off, forced to get back on, huffing and puffing, got off, and then this really exciting thing happened. So this man, I guess he was checking out my ass or whatever, and I guess my grandma noticed. So my grandma said, "You better turn around and give him a cute smile." And I said, and she said, I said, turn around and give him a cute smile. Men like to be noticed. They like to know that the woman is approachable. They want to talk to you. They want to talk to you when they know you are approachable. So here's me gasping and gagging, and I turn around and I give him a smile. And then, I get back to my gasping and gagging, and he walks to my treadmill. This shit has never happened before, so I guess grandma knows what she's talking about. He walks to my treadmill, and he stands there, and he tells me a joke. So the joke wasn't funny, okay? But my grandma said to me, you better laugh, bitch, laugh. So I laughed. And she said hilariously, louder. So I laughed. And he felt so good. He felt so happy. And she said, good job. Good job. Where are these Nigerian guys' names? Okay, I got them. Abel and Ola. I'm not going to try to say their full names. Okay, so yeah, and my grandma said, see, that's how it is done. You have to be approachable. When you say men don't see me, it's because you don't see them. So, once once they see you, you gotta see them. You gotta see them immediately, and you gotta smile. You gotta do something that says, I see you. Then you gotta make your whole aura, your whole soul approachable. Like, you can hunt me. I'm a rabbit and you're the dog. So, chase the rabbit. You gotta give him that for him to, step forward, a little bit of metaphysical encouragement. So I guess I'm in class for learning how to do that. I guess my grandma's next project is getting me a real bona fide long-term boyfriend, because she said to me, going to the gym serves two things. One, you get to work out your fat ass and you eat less, and two, you get to socialize with the males who get to the gym early in the morning to work out. You get to learn. So girls, I'm passing on what my grandma taught me this morning, okay? Pearls of wisdom from her to you. Maybe you'll succeed where I fail. Maybe we can exchange notes. Okay. Jackie. Ooh. A shell falls right out before I even start, before I even blow it. It falls right out. This does not look good for Jussie. It really doesn't. Really doesn't. Okay. I'm shaking Jussie. 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 Ooh. 2 shells. Alrighty. Jussie. This is a soul that's not used to being called, which is very interesting. I'm sure a lot of metaphysical scientists actually read him a lot. He's not used to being called. He's not. He is completely stunned. That's the word. This is a very quiet man. He is extremely quiet, extremely gentle, extremely naive, extremely spoiled. His family's wealth is all over him. He's never had to work hard for anything. Everything he's ever wanted always comes to him when he's just sitting there. Okay? He's very popular, very, very sensitive, very intense, very deep when it comes to his feelings and emotions. There is nothing he wouldn't do for love. Okay? He's currently in a relationship, but he's always in a relationship. Okay? He's in demand. He's always in a relationship. He's always being approached, and he always picks someone to love. Very mentally stable, except when it comes to love. When it comes to love, he's not that mentally stable. He goes crazy. He goes crazy for love. Not really that sexual. Right? Very talented, but not that hardworking. He's okay with not working for 5 to 10 years if it comes to that. We meet Jussie at a point in his life where his world is falling apart, literally, as we saw with the shells falling. And he's afraid. He's very nervous, and he is afraid right now. But he somehow totally believes that he will get off like the first time. His lawyer is telling him that there is... Ooh! And my ancestors just said suicidal. Okay? So I'll just say it. Suicidal. There are times when he contemplates suicide because of what's going on. And he is extremely suicidal right now. So let's pray for him. And hopefully he chooses to stay and fight this. You know what my grandma just said? Better for him to go to prison than to kill himself. Okay, Grandma. She said, well, prison isn't a lifetime. You know what I mean? Yeah, killing yourself is permanent. You better just go to prison, and over there he'll be safe from killing himself. So hey, that's my grandma's opinion, right? So this is Jussie. Once a very beautiful boy. It's like when a shell falls, we almost have to talk about you in the past tense. Not because you're dying, but because something drastic is going to happen which will change you completely. One way or the other. Something drastic, something abrupt is going to happen, and it will change you, right? And when I'm holding this, I'm almost hearing like either you should have taken a plea deal, or there will be a plea deal, or something like that on the table, right? His mental health is in a bad state. Bad state. But Jussie is not really thinking about his court case right now. The privileged, they are amazing. He is not thinking about the court case right now. He is thinking about a relationship. I mean, I would be dying right now, but he is thinking of a relationship, and most of his grief, I'm going to put him right back here where he fell. Most of his grief is not really based on what's going on. in the courts, it's as if he is totally removed from it. His grief is based on his lover, his boyfriend, having another boyfriend or another lover right here. This is his boyfriend, and this is the lover right here. And he's broken, he's heartbroken, he can't believe it because he gave this man a lot of money. A lot of money. When he met this man, he was nothing, and then he gave him a lot of money. This is a new relationship too. Less than 5 months. It's a new one. But he's already got somebody else, and it's like he wants to share Jussie with this somebody, right? Jussie is no angel though, even though he fell off the board. He does have somebody else, right? But that somebody else doesn't have feelings for him, right? And then there's this really very young person right here. I'm trying to work out what they're doing there. This is a very, very young person. Someone Jussie is not involved in sexually, but like he's mentoring him or, taking care of him somehow, some way. And this shell followed this shell while the shell was falling. So this is the one person who will be dreadfully, dreadfully devastated if Jussie decides to do something crazy with his life, because this person's life is tied into Jussie's life 100%. So Jussie doesn't seem to have been making any money, and if he made money at all, he spent it, right? He doesn't have money. So if he is paying a high-powered lawyer or whatever, that is coming from his family, because his family is very wealthy. But Jussie doesn't have any money at all. He couldn't care less about this case. All his emotions are based on this relationship going sour. This guy was socially and financially less than him. He couldn't care less about his case. He's not even talking about it. He's talking about this guy leaving him to be with another guy. And oh my God, I did so much for him. I gave him so much. That's where his mind is. And that makes sense because Jussie Smollett is very spoiled. Okay, so Jussie. We better ask him. So Jussie, did you hire the two Nigerian brothers to create a movie for reality? What can I say? To tie you up and beat you? Did you do that, Jussie? Did you hire the Nigerian brothers to tie you up and beat you? Did you hire the Nigerian brothers to tie you up and beat you? And in the plate he says yes, he did. In the plate he says yes, he did. He did it to prove that his life was in danger so that his boyfriend could take him seriously. That's what it says in this plate. This man is devoted to love. Okay. And this is Jussie. And this is the man Jussie was trying to impress. Jussie is about relationships, people. Some of us are about bills. Jussie is about relationships. Some of us would be unable to sleep if we were going to go to court again. Jussie couldn't care less. I have never done a reading for such a privileged human being. A human being who doesn't give a fuck about what's going to happen to him except the relationships in his life. Okay? Okay, this is amazing. People's realities are different. And this reality right here is amazing and it is different. Okay? I ain't gonna lie to you people. It's an interesting reality. Anyway, they are no longer together, obviously. This is Jussie right here. No longer together. These are the two brothers. They're very good friends, or used to be very good friends, because there is space and distance between them now. But they were very good friends. One of those brothers is gay. I'm going to ask which one. And that's how they became friends. Not that it matters, but people might be asking for a closer connection than that. So I have given you one, but it doesn't really matter. The thing is, though, they were friends for a long, long time. He played with those two for a long, long time, and they were loving on each other and really, really loving and caring on each other. And that relationship has ended. The plan was concocted by Jussie himself, and actually the two brothers tried to talk him out of it. This is Jussie. The two brothers tried to talk him out of it at first, but then I guess they got carried away. There is a very strong connection between Jussie, one of the brothers, and the boyfriend he was trying to impress. The boyfriend who turned his back on him. The boyfriend who wasn't speaking to him anymore. He said Jussie was too much drama and he couldn't handle it because he has a wife and kid. Wife who loves him, kid who loves him, and he just could not handle it. He just couldn't. So anyway, according to Jussie, this was all done to get some men's attention. I'm sure it must have been in the newspapers. I'm sure of it. I mean, I stayed away from the case the first time, and I'm really staying away from the case this second time. Okay? I'm staying away from the case this second time too, right? So, I really don't know, and I like that. I like to be totally blind. Okay, I like to be. There is a family friend connection between this guy, the boyfriend, who Jussie was trying to get some attention from, and Jussie's family. Jussie's family is full of very loving individuals, right? A great deal of wealth and a great deal of beauty. This is actually a family of beautiful people, for real. It's a family of beautiful people. Anyway, the plan was set. They put it into motion, and the intended receiver of the message was this one, right? And the intended in the metaphysical, the intended receiver was the boyfriend. In the metaphysical, the intended perpetrator, let me shock you all, is one of the Nigerian brothers. It's not Jussie. That's interesting. Anyway, Jussie's message did not work because there was a wife right here and she got in the way. So he really ignored that whole situation and he dumped Jussie. See the distance? And now Jussie was out here on his own, because right now Jussie's in a relationship. He's never not in a relationship. Okay? So he just answered that he did, right? We're not going to waste too much time on Jussie. Okay. So Jussie, are you going to get off? Are you going to get off? Are you going to get off? And he says, He says he's not paying too much attention to this. He's got good people working on it and he's just not paying attention. He has better things to do with his life. But we'll take yes or no answer. Are you going to get off, Jussie? Are you going to get off? The answer is he already did. He already got off the last time. Okay? So I'm going to ask again. Because we're not talking about the last time, Jussie. Move on. .org. Into the future. Jussie, are you going to win your court case? Jussie, are you going to win? He's so disinterested that he won't even, his soul won't even like stand still like for 2 seconds to say yes or no. He can't be bothered. Jussie, are you going to win your court case? Jussie, are you going to win your court case? Jussie, are you going to win your court case? Yes or no answer, please. Yes or no? No. We're not good with court cases, like I say, but this is a no, and also the shell fell off the board. In our opinion, something is gonna happen that's gonna remove Jussie from his life, the life that he knows right now. He may go to prison. Okay, he may go to prison, or he may succeed in what he's thinking he might do if he loses, right? But he may. One of those things. Okay? He may. But no, he's not going to win this time around. Okay, so he still can't be bothered. So, whatever. So, I'm going to get Abel and Ola onto the plates. And we're going to see what might happen to them in the future, because Jussie is just too privileged, you guys. He doesn't give a fuck. It makes me really believe in what Weinstein said about how the law is for poor people. You know what I mean? He doesn't care. Doesn't care. And he doesn't even care about public opinion. He doesn't care. Okay, Ola and Abel. Ola and Abel. Step into the place. Ola and Abel, step into the place. Ola and Abel, step into the place. These are two very close, very tight brothers who are so fucking vain. They think they're God's gift to the world, and they think they are so smart, and they are so brazen. Ooh, they are so brazen. And they are actually thinking that they can become really famous because of this Jussie Smollett case. They don't see anything bad here. To them, it's a win-win situation. There is some truth in that. One thing you learn in communications is that when you're in the entertainment industry, which is what these guys are in, you learn very quickly that all publicity is good publicity, even the really, really nasty publicity. I mean, Kim Kardashian leaked a video of herself having sex, and guess what? She's worth $80 million now. Okay, so that's what they say. Like, all publicity is in the entertainment industry is good publicity. Even if people hate on you, they're giving you publicity. They're invested in you. People laugh at you. It doesn't matter what people are doing. The fact is, it's good for your bank account, right? So Abel and Ola really believe this is good for their bank accounts. Okay? Ooh. Unfortunately, they are wrong. They are extremely wrong, unless, of course, if they use a metaphysical scientist and being of African origin and being very spiritual. Like I was saying, every African in the world is spiritual. Whether they pretend they are not, or they go to church, especially those who go to church 8 days a week, those are the ones you have to suspect the most, because many of them practice the dark arts, so they go to church to hide themselves. My Aunt Juliet, she is a dark arts practitioner, but she's also a reverend of a Methodist church in England, but she's a dark arts practitioner. And I'm mentioning her again because she and I had a metaphysical powwow last night. Yeah, we had a metaphysical powwow last night because she's never up to any good. And unfortunately for me, I am the one always have to step forward. And she did something really nasty last night. Gross. And she is, a reverend, right? So on the outside, somebody said I should elaborate about that. All Africans pretend they are Christian, and they are. It's not a pretense, because I'm also a Christian, because I believe in some of the things that are in the Bible. But when you find those rabid Africans who can quote the Bible to you, suspect them at once. Most of them are dark-skilled practitioners, and they are hiding, right? Africans choose which side they are on. As children, are you going to be light or dark? But they don't know it, of course. It's a subconscious thing, right? Those who choose the light are always trying to survive those who choose the dark, because those who choose the dark are more than those who choose the light. So because of that, it doesn't matter whether you're a Nilot, it doesn't matter whether you're an Arab African, it doesn't matter whether you are Bantu or you are a Creole. Every African is very, very spiritual. And when you get to know each African culture in its own way, you're going to see the spirituality. It's written in everything we do and say. Right? Like I said, be careful of Africans who go to church. I don't want an African who goes to church near me. That's some fuckery. Don't even pretend. Because I have seen my mother and her sisters and their children use church to hide behind. Okay, so these two boys are highly likely going to go to a metaphysical scientist, because their lives are gonna go down. They're also gonna lose something. They may not go to prison, but something is coming for them that is abrupt. That is an abrupt ending. Really, an abrupt ending is coming their way, right? And they are still trying to push ahead, but right now all systems are saying that these guys are gonna get into trouble, or are already in trouble. I don't know. I don't read those stories, but they are going down with Jussie. Whether we'll know it or not, they are going down with Jussie. Okay, are you two still friends? Are you three still friends? Jussie, Ola, and Abel. Are you three still friends? Jussie, Ola, and Abel. Are you three still friends? 1, 2, 3. That'll be a no. And a no. And a no. They've turned their backs on each other. I guess in the struggle to survive, they've had to. That would be a no. And they are not going to be friends again. They've actually created a whole lot of distance between them. You know what's so funny, though? Jussie was kind of using them. Jussie is either in love with you. I don't know how to explain it. He is a snob. He grew up around private planes and shit. And these boys didn't. And he was kind of using them. There is a definite sense of, I'm done with you. You served your purpose, so fuck off. That's what's coming here. I'm done with you. You served your purpose. Now fuck off. And the two have fucked off. They really have. Okay. Ola and Abel, are you scared? At least somebody has got to be scared, because Jussie isn't. Ola and Abel, are you scared? Ola and Abel, are you scared? Ola and Abel, are you scared? Yes or no? Answer please. I don't like circumstances. I've never seen so many shells fall off the board in one reading. I mean, like... This is scary. Okay. They are obviously scared of going to prison. So it's a yes. It's a definite yes. We are very afraid of going to prison. We are afraid of losing our lives. These guys, these two guys are really shallow. Like, like they are shallow. There's nothing else I can say. Okay. There isn't much between their ears. Okay, let me just say. I am really attracted to men's brains. There is a word for people like me. I learned that on Instagram. I learned that on Instagram the other day. That they are people who are attracted to the mind, because we always want to learn things. And if I can't learn shit from you, and if you can't stimulate my mind, I don't care how good looking you are, I don't care how big your penis is, I don't care. I don't care. My whole thing about attraction starts with your brain. So I always say I'm attracted to the nerds. I'm attracted to the brain boxes. I want to learn something new from you, something amazing, something that I would never know myself. I want you to be extremely well read, extremely well traveled, that sort of thing. So these boys wouldn't do anything for me because they are as shallow as two pipes. Seriously. And they've been skirting through life on luck. And a metaphysical scientist, one or two. One or two, okay? So there's really nothing to this story. It's like Jussie's gonna get what's coming to him, but he doesn't give a fuck. If Jussie decides to do something outrageous or drastic with his life, it's because of his current relationship that's falling apart, not because of what's going on here. He is out of it. The reality of him going to prison, if he ever goes to prison, is a no-no. He believes he's above it. He believes he's above it. And who wouldn't when you have Auntie Michelle to make the call? So, I have a question to ask. So, Jussie, will you really serve time? Will you really serve time if you lose the case? Will you really serve time? Because, I just saw a flash like he will go out of the country secretly or something like that. It was just a flash, like we might see him go into prison. We might see it, but he won't stay. That's my ancestors just said, can't you see that? Can't you see that? And so I had to ask, will you really go to prison if you lose the case? And there is a yes, but it's also a no. I'm telling you, we might be played. Not that I'm interested in whether he goes to prison or not, but he might get probation, or he might get a sentence and then he'll be whisked away, because he doesn't believe that prison is ever gonna happen. Ever. That in itself is very fascinating. It may look to us, the hoi polloi, that the common people, us, the people of valueless opinions, it may look like he went to prison for real, but someone might not see him ever in that prison. I'm telling you, someone might not see him ever. He might be like there for a week or two and you'll be whisked away to the Bahamas or something. There's some shenanigans about this. There is a plan. And that's why he's so relaxed about this shit. There is still corruption doing its thing. There is a plan. There is a plan to save this boy. And that explains why he couldn't be bothered. Okay. to the privileged and the elite, me envy you, okay? And on that note, good luck with your plan. There is actually a plan. There is a plan. So good luck with your plan, Jussie. And it was interesting meeting such a privileged, overprivileged, overprivileged individual who, by the way, puts money to empire. And that's why they were unwilling to just let him go. Just so that my grandmother she's talking. She's like, she's talking. So yeah. So she says, well, he puts money to empire. Everything that he acts in or he participates in music and so on, he funds it. Jussie, tell me about your family. I gotta be quick. Tell me about your family. My grandmother says no. We're not going to do that. Okay. So guys, this is Jussie Smollett and it has been interesting. Okay. Thank you all so much for leaving nice comments that are not rude. I just want to let you all know now that if you use rude words, I don't even get to see your comments anymore. YouTube just blocks it, right? Then when I search for comments and I find those comments and I want to mark a check mark, like I can allow this because I allow a whole lot of rudeness as long as it's not sexist or homophobic, tribalist, because I've had a few tribalists and all those ists and iffics. If it's not attacking another people, a person, I allow it because I swear like crazy. My life requires that I swear. Okay, but I just want to let you all know that YouTube, however, when I want to tick that tick, it says, are you sure about that? Because if we think that this comment is, there's a whole little long message that scares the bejesus out of me. So I stopped ticking the, yes. So please, write your comments carefully because YouTube is now about that business and I really want to keep my commentaries because they give me life. And thank you so much for respecting each other and for having really intelligent conversations. I totally love the conversations I have on Instagram. They are amazing. They are cool as hell. They are really, really good. I really love them. And I'm always on Instagram every day. Okay, I'm on Instagram every day. But I am, because I can do it from my bed. But I'll be uploading once in a while, but I'm on Instagram every day. And next week, I will do a day in everything under the sun. I'll do a live. Everything under the sun. So get your questions ready and and ask me some really deep questions and I will be happy to answer them. On that note, people, bye-bye. Okay, looking for that button again. Oh, Lord have mercy.